The first time you had to actually push the code button. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Daily Sean. For those of you who haven't been here before, my name is Sean. I do a daily video on something related to nursing. No rhyme or reason. Probably not going to change. The first time you actually had to hit the code button. When was the first time that you remember actually having to hit that button on the wall? In most of the facilities that I've worked at, it's a big blue button. It's a button, I don't know, the size of a quarter-ish, rectangular, and it's flush with the wall, and it's usually at the head of the bed. And you push the blue button, and all the alarms go off. And it's, you know, a very musical, loud, obnoxious ringing, like a bell and a ringing thing kind of at the same time. And then that triggers a series of pages overhead as well as pagers going off. And then the code team shows up, like a gaggle of people show up in the room, run in the room and want to know what the hell's going on. Most of the time it's nurses and ancillary staff will show up. Usually, I think maybe the respiratory therapist will show up with the nurses beforehand. And then usually the provider shows up. Takes them a little bit longer. I don't know why. Just does. When was the first time you actually had to say in your brain, oh my God, my patient is dead, dying, or coding, and I had to push the button? What went through your brain when you actually had to do that? The first time I did that, I was a student nurse, and I was working on med-surg. Patient, I'm pretty sure like the assessment's every 4 hours, or maybe it's once a shift. I don't remember, it's been so long. But the patient hadn't been assessed. No one had been in the room for a significant amount of time. Not that anybody was neglecting the patient. It was just, patient was chilling. Really not much going on. One thing led to another. Student nurse Sean goes walking in to assess the patient. Hey, how you doing? La, 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 la. And then, patient's not responding. Okay, they must be sleeping. Let me just gonna gently wake them up. Excuse me, Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith, can you wait? Hey, hi, it's Sean, the student nurse. And there's no response. Excuse me, Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith. Hello. So then you start with the gentle shake. Oh, come on, wake up. You in the movies you would think you'd just slap them in the face and they wake up, but no, you're not supposed to do that. At least you're told not to do that. Then you start with the really vigorous shaking and the sternal rub. And then if the sternal, at that point, you're driving your knuckles into their sternum and they're not waking up. I don't know at what point your brain realizes that ABCs that you learned in school and in your BLS, the airway, breathing, circulation. Oh, wait a minute, I should probably do that. I'm thinking it's time. Yes, it's time. So then you go to A, airway. Is there anything that's in his, do I see anything in their mouth? Is there anything that's is there a hot mess going on between here and here? I don't see anything, no bleeding, the trachea's fine, and mouth, and yep, okay, teeth, okay, dentures, nope, nothing there. A, airway, check, got airway done. On to B, breathing. I don't really see a chest rise, chest isn't rising. Maybe it's just not me. Maybe if I put my hand on there, then the chest is gonna rise. Oh wait, no, the chest is not rising. Okay, then I'm gonna put my head down. Oh wait, I'm not feeling any breath. No, is that a breath? Wait, maybe, no, that was just, no, sorry, that was the air conditioning that went on. No, breathing, no, breathing. Oh my God, he's not breathing. B, check, oh my God. C, circulation, check a pulse. Oh my God, I gotta check a pulse. This dude better not be coding. Checking a pulse, okay, no, checking on my side. Don't use my thumb, not my thumb. Use your two fingers, use your two fingers. Okay, Oh my God, I don't feel a pulse. This dude doesn't have a pulse. Oh my God. Let me just check one more time. Let me check on the other side. Or in the radius, and the radial. Let me check the radial pulse. I know I'm not supposed to, but I gotta check anyway. Because if I push this blue button, everybody in the hospital's showing up. And everyone's gonna be looking at me. So I better know what the hell I'm doing before I push the blue button. Oh my God, he doesn't have a pulse. Push the blue button, and bullets of sweat just start pouring off of me. I know what's gonna happen. All kinds of people are gonna show up, and they're all gonna be asking me what's going on. Me being the new student nurse, I'm only gonna say I came in and he just wasn't responding. So then the first question I ask you, what's the code status? And I'm not gonna have an answer. Oh my God. Yes, that was how my first experience went with pushing the code button. The flush of emotions and the argument and conversation you have inside of your brain is actually kind of scary. It's not like in the movies. It's really not. And it's not like it is when you read it in the books and what they tell you in class. No, it's not like that in any way. No. Yeah, they didn't tell you that after you push the blue button, you actually have to swallow your vomit because you don't want to throw up on the patient, and you surely don't want to throw up on the floor because when the code team shows up, you don't want them taking a header and sliding across the floor trying to take care of the patient who's actually dying instead of slipping on your vomit that went all over the floor. And you don't want to vomit on the patient because then they're going to think the patient vomited, and then they're going to think about aspiration, all kinds of other stuff, and the patient didn't really vomit. You vomited on your patient, so it's not cool in any way. So you end up verping a little bit. Verp, vomit, burp, verping. You end up verping in your mouth, hoping to God you don't look green when everybody shows up. Does any of this resonate with anybody else? The first time that you pressed the big blue button that said code? I would love to. Someone please tell me I'm not alone. Any part of that story. Any part of that story. Please tell me. I really hope that I was not the only one who couldn't keep their cool. I really hope that there's at least one other human being out there that lost their shit when they had to push the blue button. Leave your comment down below. You know your comments are my caffeine. Share this with somebody. Share this with every student nurse you know, because they really need to understand the conversation that goes on in your brain when you actually have to push the blue button. Share the vlog and pass it on. And as always, check your own pulse first.